Hey guys, Aluran here, and hold on. Sorry, I'm recording. As you guys know, I do play a little bit of Yugioh every now and then, and for the most part, you know, I've been noticing, especially on Dev Pro, with the new Judgment of Light pack being open for everyone to play, and you know, just the news, there's new Dragon deck coming out. It got me thinking about some of the really rare old archetypes that have really just been pretty darn cool back then in their field. And most of you guys don't know, but for those of you who are, I guess what you would call it, 90s kids, you know, you probably remember Majora's Mask from Legend of Zelda. And in the series, they actually had, a tag team of some people who use masks. So, you know, I went through, you know, the what is it called, the Yu-Gi-Oh wiki, and I found out mask, and I don't know, guys. I was intrigued. I really wanted to make this book sort of work. So here it is, guys. This is my Majora's Mask deck. Now it's not fully complete. There are other people who have, I guess, better decks, I would think to say, than my build. But I've added in a couple cards that really kind of make people hate it sometimes. One problem is getting out this guy. And this guy here, as you guys know him, is the Masked Beast Disguardius. This guy has 3,300 attack power, and when he's destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard, you equip one of the Mask of Remnants to one monster on the field. And what Mask of Remnants does is you just control the monster that takes. And this actually is good because it doesn't say it's targeted. No, it just equips. So that's pretty cool. But let's go through the deck. Okay, I got 2 Malkid the Four-Faced Beasts and 2 Grand Tiki Elders. Why do I only have 2? Because we have 2 Masked Beast Disguardiances. And as you can see, I added 2 Rescue Rabbit. If I were to draw half Rescue Rabbit and Disguardian to my hand at the same time, I can go for easy Disguardius on first turn and instant take control unless he decides to be smart and not have a monster. I added Darkness Neosphere because for the most part I'm going to be pretty defenseless, and I have no problem with checking Disguardius or the Ritual card or even Dark Necrosphere, and I'll get to that in a minute, to the graveyard to just summon out Darkness Neosphere. And his effect is really cool because he can bring back a lot of face-up trap cards that I control to my hand. And the trap card in particular is this one right here. And but let me finish through the monsters. So 2 Masked Beast Disguardius, 1 Dark Neosphere, 2 Dark Necrosphere, because like I said, I'm going to be checking a lot of these cards, these fiends to the graveyard. And the cool thing about it is Dark Necrosphere does the same thing. When it's destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, while it's a monster card, you can equip it to an opponent's monster to take control. 2 Mystic Tomato, just so I can search out some of the masks if I need them, or you know, anything else. Rescue Rabbit, I guess. Well, no, I can't search out Rescue Rabbit. But Dark Resonator or Ritual Raven. I have 1 Manju of the 10,000 hands because I found that 9 times out of 10 I'll end up having either this or this, either at not the same time or not when I want them at the same time or something like that. So I only want 1 Manju. I run a Summoner Monk because even though it cannot be tributed, you know, I can get the Summoner Monk to summon out a Dark Resonator, or you know, a Manju, Mr. Tomato, or like I said, one of the Tikis, just to have it there. Like I said, 2 Rescue Rabbit for these guys, and anything else that I might want to do. 2 Dark Resonator because these are fiends guys, and they're tuners. They're not going to get destroyed by battle once, so that kind of works for me. Cardi 1, just because, like I said, most of the time I find myself getting dead draws, and ridiculously stupid dead draws like that. 1 Ritual Raven because, like I said, I have no problem with summoning the Mass Beast, but sometimes you have to sacrifice a lot just to get this 3200 beater out on the field. Mass Beast Discarded, I think they're the same dude, just one's a lot freakier. One had a different mask on him. But yeah, so now let's get to the spells. I got 1 Heavy Storm, 2 Mask of Remnants because I have 2 Discardians, you need those. Dark Hole, 1 Swords, 1 Curse of the Mass Beast, 2 MSTs, 2 Mask of the Accursed. Now, here's the masks part of the Majora's Mask, and Mask of Remnants was one as well. Mask of the Accursed, just, you can't attack, and as long as it's equipped to you, I can pretty much just be an asshole and sack you for 500. I got 2 Mask of Brutality because it is just like a it's just a nice card. It's a mask card, and I know Acts of Despair is probably a better card, but I was trying to keep with the theme of masks here, and a lot of other builds actually use Acts of Despair over this. But this can actually be cool if I'm fighting a high defense level person. You lose 1000 defense as well. So I got 1 Mirror Force here, 1 Torrential. I have 3 Mask of Weakness. Now, Mask of Weakness, it's like Rush Recklessly but reverse. So the attacking monster just loses 700 attack. And I mean, I've gotten in gems where these have come in handy. 2 Dimensional Prisons. Why? Because it's always good to remove stuff. And 1 Mask of Restrict. Now, the problem with Mask of Restrict is that it makes it so no monsters can be tributed. So, think about it though. You're going against Heretics. Heretics tribute, right? Boom. Done. No more of that bullshit. But the thing about it is, because Mass Beast, Curse of the Mass Beast needs to tribute, and Mass Beast Discardius needs to tribute. So, at times this can be a problem, but that's why I have the Darkness Neosphere. And I only use this when I know exactly what the opponent's going to be using. And like I said, this is just a rough draft of the deck. It's not full, complete. I want to make it full control, full complete. I think I can do that. But here's the extra deck. I got 2 Dark Highlanders. Now, like I said, because this is a deck that uses a lot of equipped spells, equipped cards, equipped traps. Dark Highlander is just an amazing card to have. I have Dark Resonator here. I have Tiki. I have Summoner Monk. I can use these guys to summon up the Dark Highlander. And this guy just makes it so nobody can sync or summon after that. And once per turn, I can select 1 monster that my opponent controls that is equipped with a spell card. I get to destroy all the equipped cards and just inflict damage for each equipped card destroyed. So, imagine, there's a lot of different cards that end up becoming equipped cards, like I think it's Wheel of Destiny or something like that, where it just saps another 500. You can't attack. Imagine me having 3 of these on 1 monster, and he has his back rows too full. He can't do anything. You see what I'm saying? So, very good card to have. I have right now. I have 3 Utopia because like I said, I find myself always having this and this out, and this and this out, and I need to just hold my line for a little bit longer so I can draw the cards I need. 3 of those Utopias, and Illuminate, just in case the off chance I do have like 3 monsters out. Like I said, this is just like a rough draft. Just a rough draft. You can see in the side deck I have the third Grand Tiki Elder and Malkid. The 3rd Max Beast. Some Mask of Darkness just in case I want to get some more of these traps up. Another Raven, another Max Beast. Just a lot of the other mask cards. Mask of Dispel, I don't like it unless it's unless I'm going to get something like what's that card? Unless I'm going against Spellbook because they use a lot of continuous spells and field spells. But I mean, yeah, it's a good deck. I mean, I feel like in this metagame, okay, you can put certain cards in there to actually make this deck a lot competitive. Masterpiece Discardius only needs to tribute a Grand Tiki Elder or Malkid along with another monster to be summoned. It's a level 8 Fiend, 3300, that becomes a Dark Necrosphere for no reason. That is an amazing card. Now, I can imagine this going into a deck that does regularly tribute. Like I said, Heretics. I think Hazebees do that sometimes. So, I mean, come on, that's begging for stupidity there. But yeah, so that's that deck, and then the other deck that I was actually doing, this is my failed attempt right now. I haven't finished it, but I'm working on the roids, y'all. I really want to bring back the roids. I think it's possible to make a okay roids deck. I really feel like it's possible to do that. And the other deck I was trying to bring back, and it's worked for me 7 times out of 10. The XYZ Dragon Tank Cannon. I haven't been able to get the Catapult Cannon out yet, but I have been able to do something along the lines of putting in a Elemental Hero Plasma Prism in here and just summoning up the Catapult because he's a lot easier to get out. Yeah, but that's that deck and that. Like, hey, Eltan, I fucks with it. What other decks I have in here? But I mean, you know, I have an old vampire deck. You know, just I couldn't resist. I've gotten this guy out. He's a beast. But yeah, like Majora's Mask deck. I really want to get this Mask deck to work. I mean, I've played against some people and they'll be like, "Oh, this is crap. It's like a deck." But I'm like, anything is possible. I mean, anything is possible. And even if I don't focus on the ritual spell and ritual monster itself, just Discardius by himself is a monster to deal with, and any fiend deck that has him could actually pull off some stupid stuff. So, yeah, I hope you liked the video. Yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think I maybe could add, because honestly, I personally have all these cards at my house that I can pull out and just make a deck with. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and you know, hey, Aluran signing off.